Hi friends, this is John with Guts and Glory Tennis, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the performance advantages that Pro Stringer offers over other stringing systems. I'm going to compare it to my Baiardo today, but the comparison will transfer to virtually any machine that you would want to compare it to. We're going to be looking at how Pro Stringer especially is beneficial to polyester strings. Polyester strings have very limited elasticity, and it must be worked hard to preserve that elasticity during the stringing process. So what we do, at least here in our shop, is when we pull the polyester, we pull at a very slow pull speed. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that right now. So the string is now under tension. And this is kind of interesting. I wanted to demonstrate this. People, the tension that's being pulled is not a direct line always. There's always some friction in the frame. And so I'm going to illustrate this by doing just a tone test. So the string in the frame under tension. Can you hear that tone? And then the part of the string being pulled friction-free outside is higher. Let's listen again. So this part of string that's under tension outside of the frame is essentially getting a little bit more pull stiffness. I'm going to have to release this real quickly, or the machine's going to go crazy, than the amount of string that's actually in the frame. So this string here, this amount of string that we're looking at is being pulled outside of the frame. And it's going to essentially be pulled twice. It is roughly showing at 25 centimeters. I'm going to go ahead and mark it. There was another mark in there, but we're just going to do this. So it's roughly 25 centimeters. And what we're going to see is when we put the string back for the subsequent pull, for the next pull, and we go ahead and put it in our tensioner and pull tension. It was the bottom of the mark right here that we're looking at, where my finger is, that part right there. This amount of string is essentially being tensioned 2 times. The first time it was under that tension, the second time it's there, but there is a very real risk of overstretching and doing some type of damage to polyester strings, depending on the tension you're using. But double pulling is something that we want to avoid if possible. And I'm going to go ahead and clamp this off. What I want you to notice is that this part of the string, the part between my fingers, look where it's at. It's right in the string bed. So the string, the polyester string that's in the string bed, the most important part of that string has essentially been pulled multiple times. It's been pulled 2 times, and potentially it could have some effect on playability. The playability could be limited. It could be stretched out completely. But with Pro Stringer, we're going to see that this story is a little bit different. For comparison's sake, we now have the Pro Stringer. We're going to go ahead and put the string into the tension head. Go ahead and pull that string, and we can see that the distance of string being put under tension is not nearly 25 centimeters, but rather it's closer to 10 to 11 centimeters. I've gone ahead and marked it with a pen a little bit earlier. We're going to release tension here, and now we're going to just kind of pop it in. What you're going to see, as soon as I tension this here, is that it's going to go once tensioned, it goes into the string bed to this point right here that I'm touching. I'm pointing with my pen, and that spot is this spot, this much string has been tensioned 2 times. Whereas here I still hadn't moved the strings from our last one. All of this, all the way up to the head where the clamp is, has been tensioned twice. And this spot, most importantly, is outside of the sweet spot. So the string that's in the sweet spot has retained all of its good properties, the elasticity, the resiliency, assuming that you're pulling at the correct tension. It hasn't been overpulled, it hasn't been pulled twice. So it is, it's going to offer the best playing properties that it can offer. And that is one of the key differences between the Pro Stringer and other stringers on the market, is the distance of the pull.